This is part 3 of my lesson series on commonly used English expressions. If you missed parts 1 and 2, then check them out in the links in the description. But you don't need to have seen them to study these expressions. You can check them out later. As with most expressions, they make no sense whatsoever when you look at each word individually. So let's get stuck in and learn some amazing new expressions in common use. Now, I love these next few expressions, which are all polite ways of insulting someone's intelligence. Many of these are translated directly into other languages, but I'm not going to give examples for each one as they all have the same meaning and contexts. There are so many and some with slight variations, but you will get the idea. He's not the brightest bulb in the box, or the sharpest tool in the shed. The lights are on, but there's nobody home. He's not playing with a full deck. A deck here refers to a deck of cards. A few screws loose. And here are two more that I found and I like and seem to be common in North America. A few fries short of a Happy Meal. And the elevator doesn't go all the way to the top floor. Now I know they are a little bit insulting, but they are funny, and those few ones that I've learned myself that are common from North America, I'm going to start using them myself. By the way, I used short in one of the expressions, and its meaning may confuse you here. Short can mean to not have enough of something. I'll bet you didn't know that. So, I am short on time and have to go. Or we are short on people in this office, we need more. After doing a lot of exercises, you might be short of breath. Really good English, that. But going back to the expressions, if you can use any of them and you really want to impress with your English, then make sure to remember some of those. To take something or someone with a pinch of salt. So a pinch of salt is this, what you do when you're putting food, a pinch of salt. If someone says to you to take what he says with a pinch of salt, they are telling you that you can't trust what he says. It is not reliable information. You can say it about a media outlet or a journalist who has a particular ideological position. So you need to understand that when considering their opinion. It can also be about anyone you meet in your day-to-day life. If someone regularly gives incorrect or misleading information, then you need to take what they say with a pinch of salt. Sometimes you'll hear a grain of salt. It's the same expression. Do you know the verb wag? Well, I am wagging my finger right now, but it is more commonly used with dogs. Dogs wag their tails when they are happy. This expression is the tail wagging the dog, which is the wrong way around, right? Dogs wag their tails, but a tail cannot wag a dog. Well, if we use the expression the tail is wagging the dog, then it means that the more powerful person or organization is being controlled by the one with less power and authority. Politics is a good example where you might have a small political party that is part of a coalition government controlling policy and major decisions because the bigger party just wants to stay in government. I can think of a few examples of that here in Spain right now. WAG, W-A-G, the acronym, by the way, is a commonly used abbreviation in professional football. It stands for the wives and girlfriends of the players. Be careful what you wish for is what we say when something that might seem to be good to have may actually be a bad thing. The full expression is be careful what you wish for because it might come true, or you might just get it. An example might be winning the lottery. Now, who doesn't want to win a lot of money, right? But someone may think that winning the lottery would be a bad thing rather, because of all the problems that can come with suddenly becoming rich. So they may say to you, be careful what you wish for. Another example might be if you don't like someone you work with and you hope they leave the company. If they do, you may like their replacement even less. So somebody might say to you, be careful what you wish for because the replacement could be worse. Another expression you could use in this context is better the devil you know. To be caught red-handed means to be caught in the act of committing a crime or doing something that you should not be doing. It's really as simple as that, but it can be used in a wide variety of contexts, from serious crime to innocent misbehavior. The thieves were caught red-handed when the police entered the bank and they were in the safe. The child was caught red-handed eating chocolate when his parents saw all the chocolate on his face. You could also say caught in the act, but caught red-handed is more colourful, so try using that. To clutch or grasp at straws. We use this one when we want to express that someone is trying to improve a difficult situation, even if it has little chance of success. This could be in an argument, for example. You are clutching at straws if you think that is a good example of why your argument is valid. If you are trying to make last-minute travel arrangements on a busy holiday weekend, you will be clutching at straws by going to the airport and hoping that some passengers will not show up for their flights so that you can purchase a ticket. By the way, you probably do not know the meaning of the verbs clutch and grasp. Well, they have similar meanings in a physical sense. Clutch means to hold on to something tightly with your hands, usually because of fear or because you are in pain. Grasp means to hold on to something quickly, or to take a hold of something quickly. The reason for doing it is not relevant. Grasp can also be a synonym of understand. Did you grasp that explanation of this expression? Lock, stock and barrel. What the heck is that, I hear you say? Well, the lock, stock and barrel are three parts of an old type of gun or musket, like this one. Now, I know you are wondering what this means in terms of English expressions. Well, in one word, it means everything. No, that's really it. It means everything. We use it when we want to clarify with someone that something is total and includes everything. You tell someone you are moving to Australia and they ask you what you are going to do with your house and car, etc. You can say, I am going to sell them, lock, stock and barrel. Using the expression emphasizes that it is everything and you are really going to move to Australia permanently. You can't really bring a house and a car to Australia, well, not from Europe anyway, or not from anywhere. It doesn't have to be such a dramatic situation. Maybe you are doing some cleaning at home and you clean absolutely everything in your home. You can say, I cleaned the house, lock, stock and barrel. There's a famous movie called Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels with Vinnie Jones, a former professional footballer. It's pretty good actually, and especially if you like gangster movies. We often talk about the kitchen sink in a similar way. This is the kitchen sink, by the way. Don't ask me where this expression comes from, but we can use it in different ways, in the meaning of the expressions I have just explained to you, and we can say everything but the kitchen sink. But here means except. Did you know that it also has that meaning? Well, it does. So if you move everything but the kitchen sink, when you're moving house, for example, then it really means everything, just like lock, stock, and barrel. I guess the idea is that who moves house and brings the kitchen sink with them? Well, sometimes when I see people in the airport with lots of suitcases with them, it seems they are bringing everything but the kitchen sink with them on their journey. Now, the expression can be used in a different way. If we are trying very hard to solve a problem, we can throw everything but the kitchen sink at it. This means that we are using all our resources to try to solve the problem or to win a battle, etc. I threw everything but the kitchen sink at those people, but they were not interested in signing a deal with us. That boxer last night was really good. He threw everything but the kitchen sink at his opponent, but it wasn't good enough. The next three expressions use the moon in them, but they have nothing to do with each other. To be over the moon means to be very happy about something. That's it. That's all it means. She was over the moon when she found out she was pregnant. Many moons ago simply means a long time ago. We normally use it in our nostalgic kind of way, such as when I was a young boy many moons ago, I used to play in the streets with my neighbors. Very easy. And the next one is once in a blue moon. Again, it's very easy to explain, as it simply means that something happens extremely rarely or almost never. My sister is a vegetarian, but once in a blue moon, she might eat meat. We can use it in a sarcastic way. Once in a blue moon, Jerry will arrive on time for a meeting. In other words, he's always late. You have the life of Riley. If someone says this to you, they want to express that you have a very easy and pleasant life with everything you need to be happy. That's it. The origin of this expression is not very clear, but Riley is a very common Irish surname, and one source that I researched says that it comes from a person called Riley, who was from the same part of Ireland as me. There you go. As an aside to this, there is also a verb in English which you probably know as it is used in other languages, and that is to boycott. That word comes from a Captain Boycott, who was English but acted as a land agent in the same part of Ireland I am from. When his workers refused to harvest the crops for him because of problems with fair pay, etc., people in the area refused to help him in any way, and the verb boycott entered the English and Spanish lexicon. There you go. So that's it for part 3 of this mix of expressions. Let me know in the comments which expressions you like best and you think you will be able to use soon. Maybe you have heard some of them before. Let me know. Why not write a sentence with the expressions? Put it in the comments and hopefully I will get to check it for you. Make sure that the context is clear though, so that I fully understand it. Click on the links in the description for more expressions, including expressions using food, parts of the body, sport, money, many types of animals, and much more. Si eres hispanohablante y quieres corregir los errores comunes que los hispanohablantes cometen en inglés, echa un vistazo a mi curso en Udemy, centrado únicamente en este tema. Haz clic en el enlace en la descripción y te llevará directamente al curso. De vez en cuando ofrezco promociones, así que compruebe si hay algún código de descuento. Si ya no es válido, envíame un mensaje y te enviaré uno nuevo. Hasta pronto.